I'm John McBrien, and I'm a member of the Arun Art Society here in Ferring, and I'm helping to organise what has been a wonderful exhibition over these last 2 days. First of all, we were pleased to be able to do this over the Jubilee weekend in tandem with the rest of Ferring Village, and it's partly because of that we're doing it. We're also doing it on behalf of the Disaster Emergency Committee, and particularly in relation to the Ukraine crisis, and we all know what's unfolding on that. Typically we have what we might describe as an ordinary art exhibition every year in Ferring. We wanted to try something a little bit different, but also our artists wanted to donate the work entirely free because of the charity involvement in this. So we decided we would actually auction the items rather than simply sell the items, but put in a very low reserve price on any individual item. And those reserve prices can be from £10, £25 or £50. And we're simply asking the very generous members of the public here to give us something above those reserve prices for any individual piece of work. Well, Arun Art Society is lost in the midst of time, really. It started at least near 100 years ago now. Not untypically, it started in a public house somewhere where people got together over a drink, having painted probably outside somewhere maybe, and decided wouldn't it be a good idea to share our love of art. Since then it's come on leaps and bounds over the years, and obviously, like most clubs of any description, it's had its peak moments and lower moments. We had a lower moment probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. Interestingly enough, it started to pick up just at the point of the pandemic. And for us, the pandemic led to almost a blooming of the numbers in the art club. And we now have nearly 70 members and a waiting list as well of people who enjoy painting, enjoy making art. Some do 3D work, but primarily people work as painters. So it could be watercolor, acrylic, mixed media, oil painting, whatever they enjoy doing, really. Well, we meet every Wednesday morning. Normally we meet indoors during shall we call them the colder or the wetter months of the year here. So from September through to about March, April time, we're meeting in the village hall in Ferring. During the summer months, we run the program outside. So we actually go out and paint every Wednesday morning, and we choose we live in a lovely area to begin with. So we have the sea on one side, the downs on the other, and lovely villages in between. So our members are very lucky in that they can get to many lovely locations to paint week in, week out. Unfortunately, in a way, we don't use this as a regular place for our exhibitions up till now, because it is a wonderful hall to be in with fantastic light that people can then appreciate the artwork that's being shown here. But typically we use the village hall for our exhibitions. The reason this came about was one of our members is also a member of the church here and is responsible herself for the teas and coffees and the refreshments that have been going on in here. And she thought, wouldn't it be a good idea? And her name is Pauline Parkinson, between her and myself, we thought maybe we can do something together in this regard and bring the art and the refreshments together, and that's how it's come about. To be perfectly frank, we didn't know what to expect. I mean, obviously everything in this country links to the weather. If it's either too good, people don't come out. If it's too poor, people don't come out. But we have been overwhelmed by the numbers of people who've come out on the Jubilee weekend, despite fluctuating weather, shall we say, during the time. And they've been very generous in the contributions they've made for our artwork, more than we would have expected. Well, come shortly before 4 o'clock, A couple of us will have a list of all those who've bid on the different paintings. Hopefully for some of them will simply be one bid and the person we've asked to come back in here, so they'll be able to give us the money and take away their painting. It is possible, of course, that as we know, there will be a number of bids on the same painting. So again, we've asked people to come back in, check where their bid is. If they want to increase it, great. If they think that's too much for them, they can bid out or bid on another item now, whichever they want to do. It could be quite frenetic come 4 o'clock. We've had a couple of people who were in here yesterday bidding on the same item yesterday, and they sort of agreed they would sort of arm wrestle at the finish of it if it came to it, but I hope it doesn't come to that. But may the best bid win.